Hi, Seaport players. It's been almost like 2 weeks, more than 2 weeks, that I've uploaded a video. So I apologize for not really giving updates. There's been a few minor updates. One of which was there's more buildings. I'll talk about that after the main topic, which is the Tavern. It's hidden here. But this is where you can hire captains for a set amount of gold and set amount of coins, and you can send them to 15 trips or 25 trips with gems or gold. I highly recommend using gold if you're gonna pick one, unless you got lots of gems to spend, which is okay too. So looking at here, it's the 11th November 22nd update. This is where players with level 9 town hall or higher can get a tavern, and you can hire captains, and they'll increase your cargo, the crew, and your experience. So you can enhance your ship for the duration when the captain is hired. Now, this got me to think about renewable and non-renewable resource. What I mean by that is a fishing pier always generate fish. They always generate fish, and they will continue to generate fish. There's no point that they'll stop generating fish if you, other than not collecting them. The same thing goes for the sawmills, this iron thing and the stone thing. I forgot the name of them. No, that's the warehouse. They'll always make these things. These things you just need to wait, and they'll make them. So these are renewable. They'll never stop. You can upgrade them. They'll cost more to upgrade, but they'll make it. They keep making them. That's good. That's renewable, non-stop, forever, basically. What seems like renewable but not really renewable is when, if you're a high-level player, maybe 120, and your fleet is of a considerable size, you notice that it's 9 million. You're going to go through them at some point. Where before I will think, that's enough forever. 22 million seems a lot, but ships cost more and more. 3.4 just to buy, and if you upgrade it to 5-star, it'll take easily maybe 8 million, 9 million. So your 22 million ends up being 2 new ships. Now here lies the problem. So if I collect all this, so it goes to level 8, sale costs go to 95 or 100, what happens? My fleet is kind of old. Some of my fleet are pretty old. If I look at my oldest ships that are still in service, 90 crew, 90 crew, 90 crew, and they're fully upgraded. Like, well, I can do this, but nah. I can't. They're end of life. There's nothing I can do about them. They're useless. I can't send them to collect gold 8 hours, which that's how you make most of your gold, to be honest. Like 3 ships here, 3, so that's like 6 ships that I really, they're done. And 2 ships I still need to upgrade to send it to the 8-hour gold. That's 6 ships out of 27, 26 ships. That's like 1/6 or 1/7 of my fleet. That's bad. I want to replace them with better ships, and it costs a lot of money to replace them. And in order to replace these expensive ships I've shown you earlier and fully upgrade them, I can probably only do for 2 ships, and this will go up. So if I want to fully upgrade them, it will probably go to level 8, and then once the port goes to level 9, it'll take even more, and the more of my ships are useless. That's not what I want. And that's why it's becoming a little bit concerning now that I see these numbers are not as huge as before because of the insanely high amount of ship cost. Now you can send ships to a small town, which will make you quite a bit of gold, and doesn't take a lot of crew. However, it doesn't take a lot. There's no minimum crew requirement, but it takes a lot of crew to collect only a meager amount of gold per crew wise. These are very crew draining to get per gold wise. Very expensive in terms of crew. These are very cheap in terms of crew for the gold you get, but the minimum requirements is going higher and higher and higher. So you can't even send ships there. Nope, the bonus is useless if you can't send half your fleet there. It's not good long term. And these are in the middle, but you want 8-hour ones when you're sleeping. Oof. No kidding. Now that's the same for all the ports except these event ports, because what happens is they go away, they reset, new events come along, and you can always send it to there. Where these are fixed, you always only get that much gold from this level, and then the next level, like it's set. These are set, and they're not going to change. I think if I click over on, is there port destination levels? See, like you can only get how much material from the small, how much gold you can get from the small town. Oh, don't worry about the advertisements. And you go up, and you go up. So let's see about, I'm level 7. So 95, and then 100. Like what, that will be devastating for my fleet if I want to send it there. If I level it at some point. If you look at this, anything below 100. Yeah, it's still these ships, but that just means anything below 100, the ship is kind of useless. Which I have quite a bit of ships. Have you noticed? A lot of these are event ships, so you understand. I hope you understand, if you're watching, that event ships are pretty good. They got high crew. They're cheaper. They're limited time, but they're cheaper. So good stuff. Keep making all these things. Make sure you're always pumping a lot of fish out so you can cover all these stuff, and everyone's happy, and your ships only really collect gold. So that these non-renewable things, you have to be really careful, because hey, hiring captains, I get more. Yes, great, but you lose a chunk too. Not a lot to say, not a lot, but especially I think anything lower than an hour, don't do it. Just don't. Like, you can get more iron, however. If your gold's not high already, then don't do it. If your gold's really high and you really want a lot of iron, yeah, do this, but you should always be making, you should try to always make iron, and make enough stone that you always have a headroom, because going to collect stone with ships are terrible. But you need a lot of iron. Iron is always in demand. Stones you don't want to send to collect, so it's good to have a bank of it. Wood, you can produce that here with a good fishing pier. So that's my stance on this. I don't really like the tavern that much. Then upgrading these things, I'll always be with me. These upgrades are permanent, where ships will be phased out and get obsolete. Where these will stay with me. A bit expensive from the iron. So I guess you can send them to collect more iron, more iron, more iron. See, like 300 iron is nothing to scoff at. Genuinely, really. Because that's like almost 10,000 iron an hour. This is only 1,000 iron an hour. So I've talked about some of these stuff in the previous video, so that's why I'm not going to go into details about that. But the idea of your I guess your port making renewables is important in the long term. That you don't increase all these way too quick, and you're always starving for crew. In order to make sure you don't starve for crew is to invest in your house, so then your crew income is always there, and that's how you make sure. Well, crew is also another renewable. So the more crew you have, the more frequent you can send them to bamboo, which are crew intensive. As you can see, 50, that's pretty intensive. That's 300 crew an hour. 300 crew an hour. So if I send 5 ships here, 1600 divided by 300, yeah, 6 ships, 5 ships, it's gonna be gone. And these are like level 18 houses, 19 houses, and they also take iron, so but you have to make sure you have enough crew so then your fleet can operate, but not too much, because otherwise it's a waste when it's maximum. So ships will get phased out, your production won't, your house won't. And now I'm going to talk about these buildings. Now these buildings, compared to the ones we've always had, is that they make a bigger batch. However, at the price of lower efficiency. So they'll, for the same amount of fish, they'll make less wood, less iron, and less stone. However, if you feel you can't, if you know you can't log them frequent enough, and you got a lot of fish sitting around and nothing, use these facilities first. And if you still need more, then I guess build some of these buildings, which you'll need new plot. Again, take out quite a bit of iron and gold, and you can convert them. But these are big batches, lower efficiency, which is the exact inverse in real life, where the bigger batch you make it, the more efficiency you get. So that's how game works. Interesting point between real life and games. So I think I covered most of the recent patch and what I think about it. Looking forward, I'm stockpiling these things up. I want like another 100. I want at least like 150k iron, maybe 1 million wood, 400k stone, 500k fish. And the reason is because Christmas is coming, winter is coming, Christmas is coming, and after, in I guess 3 days, when Pepper Ridge Farm and Cinnamon Forest goes away, there should be a new event, and who knows what's going to be, and the people that have prepared in resources can buy all the ships, buy the event ships, if there's any. I don't know, but I'm going to be prepared for that, and get some good ships, and that'll be the same thing over, hopefully, because I don't know what they are. I have no idea what they are, but hopefully there'll be good deals, and I'll be prepared for that. Need good ships, maybe more gems, and the event NPCs where you might have to send them like I don't know how much stone, but I better be prepared, because you don't, when those events hit, you want to send your ships here and what other places they have, instead of trying to collect the resource in order to send it there. So that's another, I guess, good tip. I don't know if I covered everything, but if you guys have questions, this video is long enough. Put in the comments, and I'll try to answer you either in the text, or if it's big enough to be addressed in another video, I will do so. Guys, have fun, get all the resource, and until next time, whenever that will be, I'll make another video of Seaport. See ya, I'm out.